Okay, welcome to part two. So, we were talking about someone who is struggling to be their authentic self. I was hinting around to maybe it could be somebody coming out of the closet or something, and something that they, in the lifestyle they want to be in, or it doesn't have to be that. It could be just anything that someone would enjoy that others kind of poop on, right? Others are just trying to naysay and tell you can't do it, and it's keeping you from living authentically. And so we've gone through all this, and we've talked about, you've got to do this new start, this express yourself creatively and with with what you're passionate in, and being your authentic self, and find times when you can do that. I mean, even if you can't do it around them, find times to do that, because they're trying everything they can to take this joy away from you and not let you be yourself. So with the hangman and reverse, I feel like you've been kind of paused, and it's time to come out of that. You've listened to their perspectives. They're kind of messing with your life because it's holding you back and it's putting relationships on strain. And now we're getting to the last parts here with the advice. And under the first card of not being able to be yourself, and you need to be able to express yourself and feel free in that and start new with being your authentic self. And that's kind of moving slower than you want it to. But with these two cards, find those opportunities where you can shine. Find those opportunities where you can do this and enjoy yourself. Yes, it's slowing you down. You're not able to do it as much as you want to, or as fast as you want to get started doing this, but you need to start pushing for yourself. You need to start doing the things you love. This is your life, it's not theirs. Do what you want to do, regardless. They are trying to keep you from doing this and taking this from you because it makes them uncomfortable. That's not your problem, that's their problem, if they're uncomfortable. It makes them uncomfortable, you being your authentic self and whatever this is. But you need to set clear boundaries with these people, whether it's family, friends, I don't give a fuck who it is. You need to set boundaries with these people, and you need to start living your life authentically. Because in the upright, it's like you've been fighting and dealing with this, and you're breaking through. I mean, you've been through it, and now you're breaking through and ready to step out. But they're not liking it. That's why they're trying to take it from you and keep you from doing it, because it makes them uncomfortable. So put some boundaries out there and tell them, hey bitches, get comfortable being uncomfortable, because I'm going to be me. Well, you do it your way. That's just, I'm like the rebellious one. I want to be crass and in your face, because I've dealt with a lot of this in my life, especially with family. And it gets to a point where you have to put up the boundaries and you have to do what you want and be who you are, even if that means leaving them behind. Even if it means moving away. Even if it means separating yourself for a while. It doesn't have to be forever. You can go back, you can start trying to rebuild a relationship, but if they're still going to do this, if they're still going to do these things, keep your boundaries in place, keep your boundaries strong. Been there, I've gone back and forth, I've had to be the one to make all the moves because they weren't willing to do anything. I had to do it all. I had to go visit, I had to make the phone calls, I had to do all those things. And that could be the situation like you're in, because it makes them uncomfortable, and then they listen to all these other stories and things that people say in the gossip, because I come from the Bible Belt, so it's like gossip, 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 because they don't know how to shut their mouth. So instead of, letting you be your authentic self and being truthful and honest and keeping their mouth shut from the gossip train, they're going to talk about you or be Or like in my case, they were always embarrassed because of what other people were saying about me. I'm like, but that doesn't affect you, it affects me, and I don't even give a shit. So why are you embarrassed? You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that. I'm just giving some experiences from my life. Maybe that'll help someone, but you got to be strong for yourself. You got to take up for yourself and be your authentic self, because you don't want to have a life of depression. You don't want to have a life of not being happy. You don't want to have a life of being stressed out and not being able to be around the ones you love. I mean, that could be a factor. It was for me. I had to let people go and move away and do my own thing, because when it's like that for years and years and years and years, and then they start coming around, but then they go backwards again, that's not worth it. So that was just my situation. I'm not saying that would be yours. I'm just giving an example. But what other piece of advice do you have, Spirit, for this person? So yeah, put up boundaries. Let them be uncomfortable. If they don't like it, you do you, babe. Whatever this is. A life without being happy and a life without being able to work in a field that you like or do the things that you like is not a fun life. Trust me. Okay. So, yeah, with this energy right now, the Wheel of Fortune came out backwards. And even though it's not in your favor right now, it's just basically saying, it's not a bad thing. It's just basically saying roll with the punches. Do what you got to do to make this stuff happen. Do what you have to do to live authentically. Because at any time, this wheel can turn in your favor. If I can talk clearly, it can turn in your favor, and things can go good for you. But you need to also put up boundaries and start doing things for you. You have to put in a little work for yourself too, because it's time for you to level up on the bottom of the deck here. Judgment card. It's time for you to level up, step up, and be yourself. Don't let them hold you back. It ain't worth it. I was gonna pull a clarifying card, but I think this is good. I don't feel that I want to do that now. I was going to use the Carnival of Souls deck, but I think this is good. This is all about you breaking out, being yourself, putting up boundaries, and letting them know, hey, I'm going to be me. Because, especially if you're a younger person, I know it's tough, but you want to start putting these boundaries in place now before things become more strained and you leave and you just don't have a relationship at all. You know? So, but, you know, you have to do it in your own time too, of course. You got to do it when you feel comfortable or when you feel ready. You know, I'm just putting a little bit of advice out there. But it's all about really when you feel that you're ready to tell people what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and how you're going to do it, and they're just going to eat it and deal with it. And they're going to be uncomfortable, and it's their problem, not yours. So, but yeah, it's time for you to level up. And like I said, even though the Wheel of Fortune's not in your favor at the moment because of how things are going, this can change. The wheel's always turning. So I think once you start to step out and start expressing yourself the way you want to and being yourself and stepping into this opportunity of creation and passion, then I think you will level up and start turning things around. Now, will they come along? We don't know until you actually start going through those motions and putting those boundaries in place. But that's life. It's part of what you're going to be figuring out. So be strong, be creative, enjoy the bits and pieces you can enjoy as you can until you can get to this point of expressing yourself fully and getting out there. So I hope this helps. I hope it resonates. If it does, take it, but don't leave it. But hope you have a good night and be true to yourself.